existing isn't enough. So why not live every day? Just over Just over Just over
Greetings from the soul-soothing shores of Sri Lanka. We are today in Colombo, Sri Lanka, and I'm Dr. GD Singh, your host for Gusto with GD. You're watching Gusto with GD, brought to you by Unified Brains in association with Passion Vista, your very own luxury lifestyle and business magazine. So Season 4 is all about the unsung stories that create impact. Here we don't just celebrate success. We dissect the sacrifices, the soul work, the journey behind the achievement. Today's episode is anchoring in healing of the mind, body and soul. Our first guest is Dr. Jawahar joining us from United States of America, an award-winning behavior analyst, psychologist and a global advocate for special need education. Her journey has empowered thousands across the US, UAE, Bahrain and beyond. Her work speaks not just of professional excellence, but of compassion, leadership, authenticity in the face of adversity. I welcome you on the sets of Gusto with GD.
Thank you so much, Dr. G.
I hope your journey was safe.
It was.
It was a long one.
It was a long one.
So we have with us our second guest, Dr. Tamika Musli, also from United States. I welcome you on the sets of Gusto with GD.
Thank you, Dr.
How are you
G.
feeling today?
I'm feeling amazing.
Wow.
Happy to be here.
Fantastic. And I hope you also had a long flight, right?
Yes.
Almost 50 hours, I heard.
It was long, but I'm grateful.
Very nice. So let me give a small introduction about her. She's a veteran, herbalist, and a founder of Everything Health. Her refusal to surrender to her own son's medical progenies reshaped her life and is now changing the lives of others around the world through holistic, natural wellness and well-being. Get ready to witness strength in service, leadership through healing, and the incredible power of purpose. I think we have some of the best in both of them, and we'll be discussing and sharing the life journey and your passion throughout. Whatever you have gained so far, it's the time for you to give back to the society. So let's get into the discussion mode. So I'll be asking you a few questions, and I think you can give me your views and opinion of how exactly your life has changed and what exactly do you think about the questions. So Dr. Jawahar, from behavior therapy room to boardrooms, your journey has bridged psychology, education and global impact. What sparked the mission to transform special need care at such a wide scale?
It's a story that started in 2001. I'm originally from Pakistan, and I traveled to Chicago with my husband and my ex-husband, and I was there. I had my daughter at that time. She's 24 now. She's graduating from her university, and she was a small toddler, and because I had to work in America, so I went and I joined a preschool, and because I didn't have any qualification to be a teacher, so they took me in as an assistant teacher. So I worked there as an assistant teacher, changing diapers and doing laundry and mopping floors. So there were small kids that used to come there which had developmental disabilities, and I just somehow got pulled into that. And I've been reading a book by Gary Zukov, The Seat of the Soul, and I recommend that book to everybody.
The Seat of the Soul.
It's a beautiful book.
That sounds great.
And it says, when your personality syncs with your soul, that is true empowerment.
Yes.
I completely understand.
So
I think
that
goes well with your
yeah.
saying. Yeah.
So then, I kind of got attracted towards that, and I started helping the therapists
So
out.
when did it start?
This was 2001, and then I started working with a therapist, and I got really interested in it, and I was like, I really need to go back to school and do something. So I went back and I did a diploma in early childhood education.
Okay.
And then, the director of the daycare, she made me a teacher. So I became a teacher, and I'm doing all the work and everything. And then I was like, I'm still not satisfied because I'm not doing anything to help those who are, who come with a disability. Some disabilities you can see and some you can't.
Absolutely.
So at that time, I went back and I went for an MS in special education. No, I went back for an MS in early childhood education. The first class I took was in special ed. And after that, I'm like, I found the passion of my life.
Wow.
And I never wanted to go back.
I'm having goosebumps now.
I swear after that, I changed my major to special ed. And there has never been a day that I've been bored in my life after that. I completed my MS in special ed. And before that, I was employed at a co-op, which only had special ed kids. I worked there for 8 years. With severe behaviors, and I had 2 concussions, a broken arm. I'm still in the field, and the only thing that I used to wake up to was, how can I make this better? So in order to make it better, I went back and I completed my certification to become a board certified behavior analyst. I did that. And then I took admission in a doctorate program for clinical psychology.
Wow, so much of learning.
Yeah.
My God.
And I had my own kids, my daughter, then I had my son. And I kept on going, and then I started working as a behavior analyst with little kids and adults. In 2015, I came to Dubai because, all of us expats, we want to be closer to home.
Correct.
So I thought Dubai was the best place to be. So I brought my kids and I was there, and I started a clinical setting by the name of Rife USA. That
was in Dubai?
That was in Dubai. I was a single brown woman who opened a clinical setting in Dubai, which was successful. And by the end of it, I was nominated for the Sheikh Mohammed Disability Friendly Clinic. We had 70 kids. But at that time, my kids were growing older, and I had to go back to the United States because my daughter was in high school. And we just thought that it was important for her to go back. So I did sell my clinic off to somebody, and it's still running in the Kingdom of Bahrain because we had sprung out over there. And I went back to America. I still kept on working there. And then in 2017-18, I got a call from Pakistan from a parent saying, could you help my son? And I said, I can't because I'm working in America. And they're like, no, we'd really need your support. I said, well, I really can because now I'm working full-time here. And I said, I can give you the number of somebody where you can go and work. So they're like, okay, we will. So they did go. They actually went to the referral I gave. And in the meanwhile, I'm teaching and training online to I've trained 3,000 therapists till date.
Wow,
in behavior analysis all across.
4,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
In Africa, America, Canada, UK, Switzerland, New Zealand, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, Pakistan, Bangladesh, India also. And then what happened is that after a month, they called me and they're like, no, when are you coming? And I'm like, and then the other thing they said is that she charged them a lot of money and she wasn't certified. So then when I went back, I went back and, we have a big house in Islamabad, and my brother said, why don't you use a small room in the back and start working there? So I cleaned up that room, put a carpet in there. We had one camera, 2 therapists. I started with 2 kids. Now we have 450 kids.
Oh, that's amazing.
And we have 200
journey.
we have almost over 200 staff, and we have 9 clinical settings in Pakistan. So that's how my journey started.
It's
So I think
amazing.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And we're serving all of them. And we have kids that do pay and some kids that don't pay and they can't afford to pay. But I'm very happy and excited about all of my branches. And I'm very happy with my staff because my staff shares my vision and mission. and kids are doing amazing. Like they're talking, walking, kids that never walk, they're walking, and I get prayers from their parents.
So these children come in with disabilities?
Disabilities.
Oh.
They're all kids that have disabilities.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
amazing.
So it's going really well.
And it's great when you follow your passion
Yes.
in life, because people...
I think more important is doing something and making this as a profession is really, really admirable job, because I think there are not many people those who can handle such.
I know.
Yeah.
I've seen parents disowning kids,
Especially with babies.
especially
Yes.
abled, and then you are into a profession which has turned now into a successful business.
Yes.
So it's really important to have passion like this.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it is.
So I must appreciate the thoughts and the process behind it. I think it might have taken long years for
Yes.
you also to learn, right?
Yeah.
So very nice. I'll come back to you and we'll ponder more. But over to you, Tamika. Now, your entry into holistic wellness began as a mother. So walk us through the moment. Like, what was the defining moment, and why did you choose?
Well, the defining moment was, of course, having my child born with a fatal blood disease. I mean, that's any mother's or any parent's, worst nightmare. But just going to the hospital for an entire year, and they were not able to help my son at all. And
Entire year?
entire year, he had to be hospitalized every 2 months because he continued to have sickle cell crises. And sickle cell is a red blood cell disease. So it's when the body doesn't produce enough red blood cells to carry oxygen throughout the body. And so the cells become stuck, and chronic pain, organ damage, death, so many things happen. And even today, millions of children, adults are still dying, even today in 2025. So that's what really prompted me, because before that, I didn't know anything about herbalism at all. But when I saw my child suffering, I said, no, we're not doing this at all. So at the end of the year, his body stopped producing red blood cells, so he needed a blood transfusion. And then 2 months later, another blood transfusion. And I was like, that's it. I told myself, I am not doing this anymore. I will no longer be in this hospital ever again. I spoke those words, not even knowing what I was going to do. But I spoke the words, and we were never in there again.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah. So that's when I started giving him, just really praying, because I knew that God didn't send us here for us to suffer, not like this. And I just started getting herbs to treat sickle cell, the root cause of it. And one by one, my son started taking it at the age of 1, didn't have any more crises. 3 years went by. And that's when I wrote my first book, Sickle Cell Natural Healing: A Mother's Journey. And so it was a very horrific time, because, going through it and not having the help or not getting answers from the doctor. You don't know if your child is going to die. I didn't know any of that, because children die all the time with sickle cell. But the blessing of it is the herbs are amazing. They are for the healing of the nation. And today...
So how did you first heard about the herbs and all?
Well, just research. I was researching online. I was talking to God, my spirit within. I'm like, I need answers. So
It happens as a mother, you will do everything.
Mothers don't give up. Yeah.
They don't give up.
Yeah.
Because, oh my gosh, it was terrifying. But
some research and some other.
Yeah, I just started I found a parent online actually in Africa was giving her child like prickly ash bark, ginkgo biloba. That's when I first saw, oh, those are herbs, okay. But I did read the scripture, Revelations 22:2, the herbs are for the healing of the nation. Ezekiel 47:12, the leaves are our medicine. That's what I saw first. Now, when I read those scriptures, I knew, I had a calm that came over me, because once I read those 2 scriptures, I knew it was help for my son. And so I just started giving him the herbs at the age of 1 and never had any more crises. And I was the most happiest mother ever in life. And then I went to Africa, and now that was like maybe 12 years ago. And that's the first time that I went to Africa and just kind of educated people in 7 different cities about sickle cell and how to take care of your child. Because in Africa, oh my gosh, in Nigeria alone, 350,000 babies die every year just from sickle cell.
Don't tell me. Is it?
Yeah, like there's high numbers in the Congo and Nigeria. India, India call it thalassemia, but
Yes.
it's a large number there as well. Greece, Turkey, and other places. But it was a very devastating time. But once he got better and I knew what I was doing, it became very liberating. And then I wanted to go tell the world, you don't have to suffer, and the parents, you can do this. You don't have to suffer, because no parent should have to sit there and watch their child deteriorate like that, when they don't have to. But a lot of parents do, because they don't know what to do. Yeah. So that's what started my journey, and my child being sick. But he's amazing now. He's a sophomore in high school and doing fabulous.
Fantastic. I think, you both have a lot of things in common. Huh?
Yes.
One is working for the specially able,
I
and you have
know.
had such a great, you can say, journey.
Yeah. She's healing.
Yeah.
She's healing children as well.
I
Yeah.
Not
So
only
both-
that, we work with families too, because until and unless you work with a family structure,
Yeah.
you cannot bring healing to the child.
That's true.
So I think it's very important.
Oh, yes.
I think counseling for the family is very important.
Yes, because I also consult with
Consult,
parents
exactly. Yeah.
as well, because they don't know. They call Tamika, they book a consult. I have a baby with sickle cell. I don't know what to do. So I have to, start them off with, okay, pharmaceuticals are the 3rd leading cause of death, but, they want to be with the herbs anyway. That's why they contact me. And they're afraid in the beginning, but once child start taking the herbs, they get calmed down and they get very happy. It's like, this is all I needed? Yeah.
No, but sometimes it's important also for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can understand your point of view, and I think we will be diving deep inside your journey and we'll be learning more. But I have a question now which is pondering in my heart to you, Dr. Jawahar, that you have worked in various areas of behavior therapy, but apart from that, you have also traveled extensively, like US, UAE, Gulf, all other regions you said. So what has been the experience, and what different in culture you have seen in each of the countries? If you can share some thoughts on that. Yeah.
There is a lot of difference. So coming from America, because till 2015, like when I got married in 98, I was 19. So coming to America, in 2001, I was 21. So from 21 to, I actually grew up in American culture till 2015. So I was shaped up in that American culture. So going from American culture to Dubai was a huge change for me. Wow. The ethical values that we have in America, they are totally opposite of what I saw in Dubai, right? So our board had told us, okay, you cannot eat at your client's house, you cannot do this at your client's house, but when you go to Dubai and they're like feeding you, you cannot tell them no, right?
True.
And also, the awareness is not there. They keep on thinking that this happened because the mom did something bad or the dad did something bad. That is also another problem. Then, the issue of diagnosis, it's so hush-hush in these countries, because in America, parents are a little bit more open to diagnosis, to the labeling, because the sooner the child is diagnosed, the sooner the treatment